There's a review on the Roton Balisong. I got this knife on loan from a fellow Blade Forums member, Eric78. I just wanted to thank him for loaning me this awesome knife. This particular Balisong is not a custom, but it is still very exclusive. From what I know, Roton USA, they only make about 100 of these a year. So while it may not be a custom, an outright custom, it still is extremely exclusive. I think they're distributed on a site called knifemart, and I've seen the price. I think the retail price is around $280 if I'm not mistaken, but on the exchange, the for sale sections on the internet, I've actually seen them go for about $350 because, like I said, they are still pretty rare despite them being a production Balisong, and I guess some people don't want to wait on the waiting list to get one of these. So I'll kind of start as I normally do from the latch up. The latch, they stuck with a standard T-latch, which I thought was a good call. This knife kind of has a classy old school feel to it. It is all stainless steel. It is channel, which is rare. I think it's the only production channel Balisong out there that I know of. There just really isn't a whole lot made now after the 42 got discontinued. So going with the T-latch I think was good. It's very old school. It has an old school appearance and feel. Clicks in pretty well in the closed position, a little bit tighter in the open position. And what's cool is they actually made a screw here so you can remove it and flip it to the other side. But what I like best is the screw is actually kind of goes with the contour of the blade of the handle profile, as does the end of the screw. It maintains that roundness, which I think was a really nice touch. You don't really see. Usually, you just see, just for example, on the 42, it's just a screw that kind of sticks out. Doesn't look bad, but that's just a nice little attention to detail that I noticed. The handles are all stainless steel, and like I said, they are channel. And the cool thing about them is I really like this touch here. They put slots on the side of the, I guess you could say the back side of the handle where your finger makes contact with it. That kind of helps save some weight, because all stainless channel Balisongs are very heavy, so it was kind of a nice touch for them to do some additional slot work back here to help reduce the weight a little bit. And again, attention to detail. As you can see, the slot starts smaller here, and as it works its way down, it gets a little bit bigger. It's just a nice little design cue. And very interesting way that they contoured the handle. If you can see here, it starts off fat here, and then it kind of just tapers down as it gets toward the end of the handle. You can definitely feel it with your hand. Real cool way how they did that. The 42 is kind of just even all the way down, whereas this kind of tapers down. So I thought that was a nice little touch. Again, attention to detail. And then they went with this standard hole pattern. I thought that was also a good call. Kind of keeps it old school, gives it a very classy, simple look. Now onto the pins. Again, very unique design. They have these round pins that act as the tank pins, and then they use the same type of pin for the handle. I've never really seen anything quite like it, and I think it still goes with the kind of the old school feel of the knife. The pins are not adjustable, but from what I can tell, I don't really think they're going to come loose. It's all stainless steel. They're in there pretty well. I flipped it pretty extensively. I didn't notice any play develop. And interesting enough, between the handle and the blade, unless I'm missing it, I believe it's just pretty much blade on handle contact. There's no spacer of any kind, or any kind of washer. But again, I really didn't. You would think that they appear loose, and you would think they'd be very loose, and that might be an issue. But again, in flipping it, I didn't notice anything too bad. Actually, the play on the handles is not really all that much, considering that it's pinned in and does not have any kind of washer. That's about how much I keep my 42, you know. So if you want it tighter, I guess that might be an issue, but overall I didn't find it to be an issue while flipping. The blade is probably my favorite part of this Balisong. Firstly, look at that mirror finish. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like blinding. I mean, when I say mirror finish, they really polished it to be a mirror finish. I mean, you can, you know, completely see yourself. You know, you can. It's actually kind of when I was taking pictures, it was hard to hide the reflection of everything going on in the room. You know, it's just great. You know, I love that look. I've never seen a finish this bright on a knife. You know, not even on a custom. I haven't handled a ton of customs, but this is just awesome work. The grind is done flawlessly. You can feel it with your fingers. They just did a great job. It's very similar to this particular model. I think they have other blade profiles, but it's very similar to the Basilisk, except the Basilisk is a little bit more of a Bowie because this part kind of sweeps up to the tip, whereas here this kind of comes down. I think it's kind of like a cross between the pure Weehawk and the Bowie, you know, because it kind of comes down like this and it has that swedge like the Weehawk, but then it has that kind of recurve like the Bowie. Very cool design. Pretty thick stock too. Quite a bit thicker than the 42, and I guess it's about the same as, maybe a little bit thicker than the. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker even than the Basilisk, and the Basilisk has a very thick stock. So no, blade is very unique. I like it a lot. Now, as far as how it flips, I think it's pretty decent performance. You know, I actually didn't think it was going to flip as smoothly or as with as much finesse as it does, considering that it's all stainless steel and it's quite heavy, but it's balanced pretty well. You know, despite the fact that it's a very thick and heavy blade, these handles are all stainless steel, so that compensates for it pretty well. So it maintains a good level of balance. You do kind of have to give your rollovers and your index rolls a little bit more momentum, because if you don't, it tends to stall out. So when you initiate moves, you kind of have to get used to giving it a little bit more of a push, a little bit more force than you're used to on a lighter knife. That's just the nature of like all brass or all steel Balisong. But once you do, the momentum carries extremely nicely. I found I could pretty much do everything on this knife. The weight took a little bit of getting used to, but overall, a very capable flipper. Doesn't flip quite as well as, say, a 42 or the Basilisk, but still holds its own nonetheless. And I really think the main reason for that is just the weight. You know, also with more weight, you tend to, or at least I tend to, hold back a little bit with all that weight behind this extremely sharp point and extremely sharp edge. Mistakes cost you. I actually was just flipping with it and tore me up pretty bad, as you can see. So yeah, you know, I tend to be a little more conservative flipping a heavy knife, but overall, I'd say as a flipper, it's a solid 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Overall quality of the knife, I would say, is at least a 9.5, 9 to 9.5 out of 10. And just overall, I'd have to give the knife a 9, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. It's just hard to give it a 10 out of 10 because I just reviewed that Poly Ballistic, and that thing's flawless. So this comes very close, and just considering the fact that it is still a production Balisong, it's quite a feat. You know, it's an excellent design, excellent made, very unique piece. If you're a collector, I'd say this is a must-have. Get on that list or look in the exchange and definitely get one. You know, you won't regret it. Very, very nice Balisong. So I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, you know, let me know. and I will definitely try my best to get to it. And thanks for watching.